But gents, we've got to jump straight into it. We have to jump straight into this. Joao Felix will become a Chelsea player. Have hope. Talk to me. You've hijacked Arsenal. You've got ahead of Manchester United. The player is now yours. What are you saying?
Well, first of all, I mean, with all due disrespect, it wasn't really a hijack of a little bro. I think Felix saw Arsenal and Chelsea and was like, what the heck am I doing going to a club that doesn't even speak a basic UCL? They don't even speak a basic UCL. So why was he doing this? So Chelsea, bigger club, 10th, 11th, much bigger club, is a club with actual European pedigree. So he was always going to go there. Terry, man, I've been suffering, Terry, man. Terry, I now know what they mean by mental health. Like, there's a thing called BetterHelp, and I think I'm going to have to apply to BetterHelp because the mental abuse I've received in the last few days has been tough. The memes, the attack, and everything. And also, he's still not Todd B yet, but look, baby steps. Like when you have like a baby, if you get a baby to walk, you'll probably break his legs. You have to get the baby.
I mean, you said he's Todd
Terry,
B.
Terry. I said he's Todd Bowley. He's Todd. Please come. Can you delete that thing? Can you delete it? Okay. So basically, look,
I won't play it again. I promise. Okay.
Here's the thing. I don't want to jinx anything. Todd B. I don't want to jinx anything. Because I don't want to look like a fool. But you see, I feel I was put on this earth to protect and to promote the ballers. I was here to promote the Techniques, the Salinis, those guys that gave us that vavavoom, And I know people say that Felix is not that good, but he's been playing under a prison. He's been imprisoned by that terrorist tyrant, known as Diego Simeone. So think about this. He's been under Fernando Santos and Simeone, two criminals, top two on the most wanted list. If all Chelsea need is a guy with a bit of vavavoom, a bit of sasa, a bit of lala, him coming in with his dynamism and his brain, hopefully that loser Mounts can also go the other way. I don't know. I don't care where he goes, just longer as he freaking goes. But Terry, I know that you're the inside guy. You know all the inside things. I've seen you on CNN, BBC. You're world famous now. I've seen your car, Ferrari, mansion. It is what it is. You're living big. So I know you know all the inside scoop. But Terry, it's not done yet. Until he holds up a Chelsea jersey, then Terry, drinks are on me. If he holds up that Chelsea jersey, drinks are on me.
Bro,
but please don't clip, because I know you're going to clip me. Let me be very clear. Easy, let me be clear here. He may fail.
Liquor. Can you afford the liquor I drink, brother? That's the question.
Terry, I know you're big time. I will try. I will rob a bank if I have to. I know it's like $2,000 a bottle. I know it is $2,000 a bottle. I'll try.
Question about the deal. Let's just assume the deal's going to go through, because generally when Ornstein says something, it happens. He very rarely goes in this far, Ornstein, for it to fall through. This super chat here from Joshua says 4.3 million plus taxes to be a showroom. I don't know what that means, and have no control in July. I'm going to ask you this question, Gunali, because Arsenal was seemingly in for him as well. Mm-hmm. Is this good business by Chelsea, considering that if Joao Felix kills it, they have no control in re-signing him in the summer?
Listen, man, big up to everyone on the panel. Firstly, Happy New Year, man. I don't really think I've spoken to many of you on this panel. So yeah, listen, blessings to everybody on this panel. But have hope. You did say you don't want to make yourself look like a fool, but I think when you open your mouth, you do the damage yourself, man. I don't know what's going on.
Oh wow,
that was the bell. Sorry, can I have that?
Shots fired already.
The propaganda about your team is
little
crazy.
Bro, know your place, man.
Man said Happy New Year, and then the next thing was
Nick, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
We got to make sure that we give the love and thanks and we send our shots. But yeah, we here, man. But listen, big up to everyone. But yeah, for me, look, I'm not going to slander any deal that Chelsea are doing for Joao Felix. I said, look, he's a great talent. I think everybody here would not ever doubt his quality. My main thing was with him, has he got that high motor? Is he ready to come in and win a championship for Arsenal? Is he there to drive a team forward? Now, I would put questions on him and what he's got in his mind about what he's going to do at Chelsea. Has he come for a holiday? Has he come for a pay packet? Has he come just to visit London? Or has he come to challenge and put you into the top four? That has to be questioned, because ultimately your team is not playing well at this moment in time. And it doesn't seem to play well. You've got Havertz, you've got Pulisic, you've got Mount, you've got now him coming through with Felix. it doesn't. It's all a bit of a mismatch. I think all of those players, I believe, need to play off a striker. None of them are a striker. So that's just my opinion. But look, I'm not going to slander the player. I'm not even going to slander Chelsea and what they're doing, because ultimately, look, if they're spending the money and it gets them top 4, who are we to complain? It's the same with Anthony. If Anthony's £100 million right now, it doesn't look great. But if he gets them to a position where they win the Europa League or no problem. I'm not going to sit here and slander. So
keep my player's name out your mouth.
Listen, man. Listen.
I know. I say that because at the start of the season, you had not a positive word to say about Man United. We were in the slumps. We were in the dump. We were nothing.
And where are we now? Give Arsenal some credit.
Wait. You have to hold your hand up and say, you know what? I might have been a little bit wrong about Man United. They're doing better than us.
I've done that. I'm happy to admit.
Cool.
Arsenal some credit.
You have to put in a little.
Give Arsenal some credit. Hold on. Give Arsenal some credit. Why not?
No, we'll get to Arsenal in a bit. We're not talking about Arsenal yet. Listen, you know what I'm saying about the Chelsea thing, and you make a good point. If he comes in and gets Champions League football, okay, job done. Doesn't matter whether you sell him to another. Atletico selling to another club because you haven't got a buy option. But let's be honest. They're out the FA Cup, they're out the League Cup, and they're out of the top 4 race. Chelsea are 10 points.
Next, you're not Nostradamus. You can't say that. You're not Nostradamus. You've not seen the future.
Chelsea are 10 points behind Man United. They're 8 points behind Spurs and 8 points behind. No, what was I saying? 3 points behind Liverpool.
It's not even halfway through the season. We're not even halfway through the season.
If you were only 10 points behind Man United and they were the only team stopping you from getting top 4, fair enough, you got a chance. But you have to get more points than Man United by 10, potentially by Newcastle by 10, Spurs by 8, and Liverpool. You're not doing that. It's not happening. So what?
Spurs and Liverpool.
What have you got him for? On a 6-month loan with no option to buy, what have you got him for? To win the Champions League? Is that what you're telling me? If you win the Champions League with Felix, fair enough, great business.
Can he play in the Champions League? Is he not cup time?
He can play. Gunali, it's all good. He can play in the UCL. He can play.
If you got him to finish 7th and play Conference League football, then it's a waste of a transfer. It has done nothing for you other than to show your mind that you've got money to throw away.
Man, Nick's a hater, man.
I just want to ask you one question, though, and again, I'm not really coming from a slander point of view in it. But do you think that he's actually going to do as well as you maybe believe? Because I don't know if that's a Potter signing or is that a club signing. Does Potter know how to use him? Does Potter know how to manage these bigger named players? Because he seems at this current moment in time, and it's only been 25 games he's played or managed, or was it 30 games he's managed for Chelsea? He seems to be struggling with the bigger name players. He seems to be struggling with the Aubameyangs again. He seems to be struggling with the Sterlings. He seems to be struggling with the Koulibalys. And I'm not putting it all on him. I had a big argument with someone today. I don't know why people are putting the pressure on the manager when your team isn't great. I just don't think that's fair. But what I will say is that this signing doesn't come across as somewhere who Todd Bowley said, you know what, manager, do you want this guy? I'm not too sure. So what do you think, man?
All right. Do you want the honest answer or the fanboy answer?
Honesty, please.
Jeez, you're so boring. Okay, the honest answer is this, man. The honest answer is this. I need some happiness in my life. So this is just some joy because, wow, a player I rate and a player who I've rated for several years is coming. But the reality is this. It's not a Potter signing. No one knows what the heck is happening. Chelsea went for Modric because, he's trending on Twitter. Let's go. They're going for Felix because it's the flavor of the month and it's cool and people are talking about it on Twitter. I don't even know whether it's fitting because, as you guys said, who's the striker? It ain't Baby Drogba. It ain't Aubameyang who you ruined. Thank you very much, Gunali, who you ruined and so forth. So my thing is, him single-handedly isn't going to change Havertz, Pulisic, Jorginho, Mount, and all the crap. Chelsea need minimum 3-4 players. A total revamp. The team is rusty because this team is an amalgamation of 3 or 4 managers with different ideologies. It's a mess. But it's a complete mess.
You know what I would say is this. I think for me, I know that you're going to now get Arsenal say he wasn't. I'm sure this has been written by a journalist. I haven't looked, but I guarantee a journalist has already said Arsenal were never that serious. It's all about Mudryk. Has that been written yet? Probably, because this is what
I've not seen that yet. I've not seen it yet.
okay, but I guarantee in the next 12 hours you will see a top-level journalist say that, and Arsenal will brief it. But I think Arsenal, I don't think they're sensible for not signing him. But Chelsea have made this market difficult for everybody. They've made it difficult with Mudryk by telling Shakhtar they'll pay the asking price or nearer to the asking price, meaning they haven't accepted your bid yet. Equally, you read one of the stories over the weekend, which holds a lot of truth now that Arsenal have signed him for $9.5 million loan fee. They stated that Arsenal had negotiated a $9.5 million loan fee and were looking for a £70 million option to buy. I think Arsenal are sensible in it from the point of view of you have to have an option to buy him, because if he comes into Chelsea and is amazing, you may lose him in the summer to a team that is then in the Champions League. You could lose him to City, you could lose him to Liverpool, you could lose him to Arsenal, you could lose him to Barcelona, Real Madrid, probably not, but you could lose him
I disagree. I think Arsenal and Chelsea situation is different. Chelsea, for me, as I said before, I don't think they have anything to play for. So that for me, it's a silly loan. It's a waste of 6 months. Whereas Arsenal, they're trying for the title. If they get him for 5 months, 6 months without an option, and that takes them over the edge, who cares if he goes to PSG?
No, I understand that, but I think Athletic, once Chelsea said we're willing to pay the loan fee, we don't want an option. Actually, with the club that didn't want an option to buy, they want it. Their view is
control.
They want control of the situation in the summer to create a bidding war. So I think this is suited Atletico. Of course, Man United and by the way, Man United will copy Arsenal and will come out with a sentence via one of their tier ones very soon that says we were never that interested. We've got other key focuses. It was a bit of a pipe dream, but we weren't that serious. We know what they're going to write because it's the same PR response for every player we miss out on. But I think the only issue with this deal for Chelsea is that you have no control over him in the summer. And in the short term, he ain't winning you the Champions League. So I don't really get what you get out of bringing him in, because there's no longevity within the deal.
They're trying to sweeten him up. They're hoping they're getting through the door. They can talk him round, and in the summer, he wants to join Chelsea. Yeah. But then, if he's not in the Champions League and the Champions League club comes in for him, is he going to be attached to Chelsea?
Well, what if he enjoys his time at Chelsea? What if he enjoys his time?
What I will say,
enjoy their time at Chelsea.
What I will say from an Arsenal point of view is, I think it's always been Mudryk +1. I don't think it was Felix +1. I always think it was always a position where it would be absolutely amazing. And look, I'm not going to sit here and, as I said, be a stupid person to say he's not great. I'm never going to kind of be shameless like that. He is a fantastic footballer. Some of the skill he put on against Liverpool last season in the Champions League, even though they lost, was absolutely sublime, and he was really, really good. But equally, again, I've questioned a bit of his mentality, and is he really gonna move the needle wholeheartedly? For me, I don't actually believe so in terms of winning the league. Now with Mudryk, as I said, I think that was the main goal. That is the main goal, and I think where we are, I think with Arteta, that's the guy that he's been really chasing, and that's been the player that's been, I've been saying, off in panty for Arsenal. So listen, man, I hope that happens. I hope that deal happens, and I hope that we really can push forward with Mudryk, because we still have ESR, we still have Martinelli, we still have Saka, and we still have Jesus to come back.